$50,000, and he faces a preliminary hearing on Friday. Patty, we should also mention that there is some indication that the two may have met at the bar in Majory, but as to how long they may have known each other, police just won't say.
All right, Harold, thank you very much. And a man found dead in Washington, D.C. may have lived in Pittsburgh recently. 26-year-old Michael Kohler was found dead in a parking lot last night near DuPont Circle. It was originally thought he was shot, but now police say they're not sure what happened to him. He carried a Pennsylvania driver's license and other identification, suggesting he may have been employed in the Pittsburgh area.
Here is the latest now in the Persian Gulf War. The Scud missile threat is not dead. Sirens were heard in Israel and Saudi Arabia today. In Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, 2 Patriot missiles were fired to deflect an incoming Scud. No reports of injuries or damage. As the alarm sounded in Saudi Arabia, sirens went off in Israel for the second time in about 2 hours. The second alert was a false alarm. The first was real, however. The Israeli army reports a Scud missile landed in a deserted area of central Israel. Apparently no damage or injuries to report there. President Bush, meanwhile, met his 2 top military advisors today to decide what to do next in Operation Desert Storm. Defense Secretary Dick Cheney and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Colin Powell flew back to Washington late last night after a quick tour of the troops in Saudi Arabia. Andy Field says it will be up to those men in the White House to decide how to end this war quickly. Andy?
Well, Ray, it's clear that despite the thousands of tons of bombs the U.S. has thrown at Iraq, it's still going to be a while before we see that big attack on the ground. President Bush made that clear this afternoon, and more Scud missile attacks today drove that point home.
South Hills was facing declining enrollment and escalating costs. Mary Rob Jackson went back to her high school alma mater today as word of the closing spread.
Seniors, we've been here. This is 4 years of our life, you know, and we've been here so long, and to lose this, it hurts, you know, and it hurts you guys because you have to leave and go somewhere else. But, I mean, we were leaving as graduates anyway, but we always had the feeling that we could come back and visit.
Right. I don't think people really absorb the bad news. It seems that many people are shocked, and more so than we anticipated, because they really did not listen to the very critical news that we had to tell them.
We're dealing with a major population decline in this area. A 49% drop in the number of high school age students in the last 10 years, and another 9% drop projected.
I'm really going to miss this place, but I know the friends that I've made here will stay with me for a lifetime.
My memories were the uniforms, and you'd get down to the bus stop and you'd roll your skirt up under your sweater. Those of us who survived a Catholic girls' school education and lived to tell about it complained about the uniforms and the demerit cards and the regimentation and the fact that there were no boys around. But one thing we'll always remember is that we got one heck of a good education and a whole lot more.
The best part about this school was how you'd go into a classroom and have a class, and the teacher really knew who you were. And they could tell how much you could do or if you could do better, and they believed in you, and they really pushed you. But going to a different school, I mean, you're not going to have the same friendship that you do with the teachers. And I don't think they're going to care about you as much as the teachers here did, because it's like breaking up a family, because we all love each other.
Mary Rob Jackson, KDKA, Eyewitness News.
Meanwhile, an inner-city school out in Oakland, California is trying a new tactic to interest parents in their children's education. They're paying them. Yes, the parents are being paid $100 each for taking an 11-week program which teaches them how to help their children in the classroom and with homework. If they don't complete the program, they don't get paid. The school district said it's somewhat controversial since many